Hello everyone, welcome back to Dugout Daily. I'm Charlie and today we have another video. This time we are previewing the match where Arsenal welcomed champions Manchester City to the Emirates Stadium on Sunday for the standout Premier League contest of the weekend. Before we get going, make sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Dugout Daily, the football channel, hit the Apex F1 channel and at MCFC Hibs on Twitter. We'll get going then, and both sides took to the Champions League stage away from home in midweek as the Gunners were bested 2-1 by Lens, while the Citizens left it late to overcome Leipzig 3-1. From setting a new club clean sheet record away from home in the Premier League to suffering an agonising first defeat of the season in northern France, Arsenal's unbeaten sequence deservedly came to an end against League One runners-up Lens on Tuesday, where ex-Manchester City striker Gabriel Jesus put the Gunners ahead thanks to a defensive gaffe. However, David Raya's poor clearance then led to Adrian Thomason curling home a sumptuous leveller, a penny for Aaron Ramsdale's thoughts as the Spaniard's pass was cut out before Eli Wahi found the far corner with aplomb to send Arsenal back to the English capital empty-handed. Torrid weather conditions in North London leading to the delay of their flight across the Channel slightly derailed Arsenal's pre-match preparations, but Arteta refused to make excuses for his side's tepid display on an evening where Bukayo Saka was also withdrawn with a first-half injury, capping off a nightmarish evening for the Gunners. Nevertheless, Arteta's third-place Chargers are one of only two teams in the Premier League yet to lose a top-flight game this season, the other being their arch-nemesis Tottenham, and last weekend's 4-0 dismantling of Bournemouth has the Gunners sitting pretty in third in the fledgling standings. Since the start of the 22-23 season, Arsenal have only been put to the sword twice in Premier League home matches and have scored at least twice in all of their Emirates affairs so far this season. But for all of their steadfast defending on enemy territory, Arteta's men are still waiting for their first Premier League home clean sheet of the new season. Similarly to their North London counterparts, Manchester City were also pegged back after taking the lead away from home in the Champions League this week, as Leipzig hotshot Lois Openda found the back of the net via the post to cancel out Phil Foden's slick opener. The champions' efforts to wear down the rotten Bullen rearguard were met with stiff resistance from Marco Rose's side, but the effervescent Julian Alvarez conjured up a moment of magic to restore City's one-goal lead in the 84th minute before the Argentine set Jeremy Doku away to finish the job in injury time. Third time was the charm for Manchester City on Wednesday as Pep Guardiola's side travelled to Germany at risk of suffering 3 successive away defeats after falling short against Newcastle and Wolves in the Carabao Cup and Premier League respectively, with the latter defeat cutting their lead at the summit to just 1 point. By the time Sunday rolls around, City may have been knocked off their perch by Tottenham, who need only a win at Luton to usurp the treble winners, which they have done. And while Arsenal's defensive frailties at home are well documented, Guardiola's men have kept just 4 Premier League clean sheets on the road in 2023. Receiving a golden ticket into the Community Shield thanks to Manchester City's FA Cup and Premier League triumphs, Arsenal ended their hoodoo against Guardiola's team by prevailing on penalties at Wembley 2 months ago. But the Gunners have been defeated in each of their last 12 top-flight games against Manchester City, their longest ever losing streak against a single opponent in league history. So the form for both teams, starting with Arsenal, in their last 6 Premier League games, their form is win, draw, win, win, draw, win. And their form in all competitions in their last 6 is win, win, draw, win, win, loss. Manchester City's form in our last 6 Premier League games is win, 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 loss. And our form in all competitions in the last 6 is win, 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 loss, loss, win. Having limped off the field against Bournemouth and Tottenham, Arteta's decision to start Saka in Tuesday's defeat was seen as a question questionable move, and it was one that backfired heavily as the 22-year-old went down with a hamstring issue in the opening stages. At the time of writing, there's been no official diagnosis on the severity of Saka's affliction, but he's been included in Southgate's latest England squad, and Mikel Arteta has revealed that the winger is in contention to play. Whether that's simply mind games from the Gunners' boss remains to be seen. As such, Fabio Vieira, who scored the winning penalty against Manchester City in the Community Shield, could be given the chance to repeat his Wembley heroics, but Gabriel Martinelli is on the touch and goal list with his own hamstring problem, while long-term knee victim Jurrien Timber is out for the foreseeable future. However, Gunners' optimism levels were raised when Rodri incurred a 3-match ban for grabbing Nottingham Forest Morgan Gibbs-White around the throat last month, and the Spaniard must serve the third and final game of a domestic suspension at the Emirates. Kevin De Bruyne, so often the scourge of the Gunners, will also miss Sunday's crunch clash owing to his severe hamstring injury, while John Stones isn't in contention either, despite making the bench in Europe following his recovery from a hip injury. Rico Lewis was a shining light at the Red Bull Arena in midweek, but the 18-year-old's spot will no doubt come under threat from Mateus Nunes and Mateo Kovacic, while Alvarez will return in the final third after an inspirational second-half display in midweek. So the predicted teams then, starting with Arsenal, we've gone with Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel and Zinchenko as a back four, with Odegaard, Rice and Partey in midfield, Vieira, Nketiah and Jesus as the front three. And the predicted team for Manchester City is Ederson in goal, Walker, Diaz, Akanji and Vardy as the back four, with Lewis and Kovacic in midfield, Foden, Alvarez and Doku behind Haaland in attack. Coming up against the City side without their two midfield maestros in Rodri and De Bruyne will give Arsenal a wonderful opportunity to break the Premier League curse against the champions, but Saka's likely absence may now see the home crowd travel to the Emirates in hope rather than expectation. Without the Englishman on the field against Lens, Arteta's men look bereft of ideas in the final third, and repeated failures to keep the back door closed at home should see Guardiola avenge August Community Shield beating and get one over his former protege once again. So I predict Arsenal 0, Manchester City 1. So that is it for this video then. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Dugout Daily, the football channel. Hit the Apex the F1 channel and at MCFC Hibs on Twitter. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching and we'll speak to you all soon. Take care.